What's going on, everyone? How are you all doing? And I know what you're thinking. That and why you're looking at this Bonzi. Well, let's see. A couple of days ago, Calvin Dyson posted a video of his James Bond collection. So that's what I'm doing today. So that had me thinking, well, I too have a James Bond collection, so I kind of want to show us off. So it's not just going to include that. Well, I'm going to pan my camera out. It's going to include all of that. Yeah, folks, check all that out. This is practically just the Bond collection that I have. It's not as immaculate as I thought it would be, but is real fun. So this is I wanted to show it off because and this is not just music and movies. I have some amazing stuff here too. So I want to show them all off. Okay, and then I want to see your collections. All right, I want to know all about it. Okay, and of course, so Calvin, if you're watching this, please, yeah, my collection is just terrible. Mine pales in comparison to yours. Yours is superior than mine. But anyway, on to what I have here. I am going to show off some of the stuff that I might have shown in previous collection videos, such as the music and the movies, but we're not. Part of it I've never officially shown off. So anyway, besides this. So I went a little digging. Besides the Best of Bond, well, I had this. This was a sampler that made me find the Best of Bond DVD. It came in, the CD. So I'm really glad for that. But I went a little digging. I found two more James Bond soundtracks. This is the Spy Who Loved Me, one of my personal favorite Bonds, and GoldenEye. Yeah. That's incredible. I remember when I believe it was coming up on, I forget what anniversary it was, and I remember them releasing these in stores, and like my brother and I bought these CDs, and of course both of us love these, this music and all that. So I'm really happy. I'm really glad that we were able to keep these. We found them. I'm really happy. So that's all the music. You probably saw this briefly. You've probably seen this in my memorabilia collection post, but I'm showing off again. It's an 8x10 of the Man with the Golden Gun. Christopher Lee. I wish it was signed. Sadly, it's not. Of course. Christopher Lee is no longer with us, but hey, it's a pretty cool thing. This is a very rare little 8x10 of Christopher Lee, so that's pretty awesome. So now I'm going to go into the movies, okay? So yes, I have a couple of VHSs. Most of them are the Roger Moores. You got View to Kill, Your Eyes Only, Alone Let Die, Wasn't Enough. You got GoldenEye. Here's The Spy Who Loved Me. This is the special edition. I love this. This is one of the first Bond movies I ever bought on DVD. Then I have Man with the Golden Gun, one of my personal favorites. Also, ironically, Man with the Golden Gun. And of course, Die Another Day, which is where I got the sampler from. So pretty neat. Yeah, see what you want about it. So yeah, I kind of have a bit of the the Brosnan era, and practically almost all the Roger Moore ones, except for Moonraker. I tried looking for this because I mentioned this in a previous video that I may have Moonraker, but it was on a burned CD, kind of like what that one is. So a side note, that's License to Kill. Don't I'll get to that momentarily. And I couldn't find it. I also had Goldfinger also on a burned CD that was given to me. Of course, I can't find it. So sadly, but hey. Oh, that is what it is. If I can find, an actual good copy, eventually, what the heck, I could probably pick them up in stores. And of course, you got Octopussy, The License to Kill. All right, I'll explain why it's on a burned CD, because I was asking one of my uncles, for if he had any Bond movies that I wanted to see, and I said, yeah, License to Kill. I think that's the only one I have not seen. Of course, I was a little younger then, because so he said, hey, yeah, I'll do it. So he just burned the movie to a disc, and so I technically have it, but I don't have it because little hush hush, can't do that and stuff anymore. But hey, someday, like I said, I'll probably just buy a physical collection, or bury it, wait until like a full, how I say, centennial collection, as you would say, of all the Bond movies, maybe. I don't know. But that's a far cry. All right, so I'm gonna move away from the movies. Excuse this. I'm gonna talk about the games real quick, and then before I get to the books. So let's see. You've probably seen this in my Nintendo collection. So that's GoldenEye. It's a little rust and a little age on it. Well, and all that. Well, it's not enough. I finally beat this game a couple months ago, so I'm happy. James Bond Nightfire. I enjoyed that game. Everything or Nothing. This was an interesting game. I found it to be really, really interesting. Once again, part of the Brosnan era. It felt like an actual Bond movie, but I would love to see this come to life, on the big screen. But hey, it's all right, and it's got some moments, but it is what it is. Then we have Quantum of Solace, the video game. That was over. It's an okay game. It was for the 360. Then we have GoldenEye Reloaded. I thought it was a fun game. I loved how they made it more present day, and all that. And instead of like Brosnan, it's now Craig, which was kind of weird. But then again, it was still kept the aesthetic, but it wasn't the same. But it was still a fun game. And then finally, speaking of GoldenEye, here's GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Holy shit, this is a rare game, and I really enjoyed the game. And let's see. Interesting, like game mechanics and concepts. It's much darker Bond and more deadlier. Of course, people are saying, technically Brosnan was the deadliest Bond. So he killed. Jesus Christ, how many bullets has he used? But hey, I really loved GoldenEye so much. All right. Now I'm gonna jump into the books. This is gonna encompass some comics as well. Here's James Bond Service. This was technically it's a comic too, and technically it's more of a graphic novel, but they just put them together. But hey, I like it. I love the artwork. And here's the first edition of James Bond Vargar. And they sadly couldn't just have the first one. I don't have any more of the Vargar or Nightfall or anything. Wherever the James Bond comics that they had. So, but it's a real fun thing that I really enjoy having. Now I have a couple of Bond books. So this is James Bond: The Secret World of 007. It's a big one by DK. The cover's a little worn, but it's just a jacket. The book is okay. It's a pretty cool thing. Gives you like an insight of all the gadgets, the cars, and like a couple of movies. This only covers up to World Is Not Enough because as you can tell, Brosnan's on the cover. Same thing with this. This is the James Bond Encyclopedia. Also, it says this includes this up to GoldenEye as it says. I'm pretty sure they will re-release this, or might do like an update now with Daniel Craig maybe. I don't know. And then here's another interesting one. This is Dressed to Kill, the Suited Hero. This is a really interesting one. This came out I think a year after GoldenEye came out, and this was more like an interesting story. This is more like going into the origins and talking about dissecting Bond and talking a little bit more about him. It's a really interesting read. So I'd say give that. Say if you can find this, give it a read. It's amazing. Now for the book, for more books. Here's a young James Bond venture. This is book 1. This is Silverfin. I'm trying to remember what the plot of this movie, what the book was, but it's supposedly, as you can tell, it's Sinister Secret, Oh, but of course, then again, we could mention, could be Skyfall. We don't know. Then we have let's see. Here's a very rare one. This is James Bond Coldfall, which is a pretty cool one. It's where somehow now Bond's gotta save America and all that. It's really cool. I happened to find this in the upstairs bookshelf. I was like, this is cool. When did we ever have this? So I might have to read this and look more into it. And then finally, this is James Bond. This is the From Russia with Love, the novel before the movie, and it's really good from what I read so far. You probably see the bookmark. I really should can keep reading it, but it's really interesting. It's like first part of the story is just follows the assassin, Red Grant. Then like the part 2 follows Bond. It's really cool how Fleming wrote these books. So that is practically all my Bond stuff. It's not much. It's brief to a point. It covers all the bases. From movies to games and comics. I enjoy it. So that practically does for a day. If you have a collection of James Bond memorabilia you want to show off, please tell me more about it. Maybe tell Calvin Dyson about it too. You'll never know. All right. That does it for today. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome, exciting videos.